Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, if you can't already tell from the title of this video, obviously this is not beauty related and more life related, but it's something I've been kind of keeping from you for the last little while. But it's true, I am pregnant! Woo! As I'm filming this, I am 15 weeks going on to 16 weeks, which is just crazy to me how time flies. And it's one of those things where people tell you that, you know, you should enjoy your pregnancy, it goes by too fast, but you really don't see that until you actually are pregnant and you're just seeing the weeks fly by and you're seeing your body change, you're seeing everything change so quickly. The first trimester especially, it just, by the time you find out you are pregnant, it's already like weeks have gone by. For me specifically, I didn't know for the first like quite a few weeks. I had no clue. So really, I obviously had like all these symptoms, and that's kind of what really got me and James thinking like maybe I am pregnant, and then we took tests and things like that. But yeah, I had no idea. I was living life the same way. And just like constantly in like pain or like having nausea and stuff, and I just didn't know why. We did have our suspicion around like the 7th or 8th week that I thought I was pregnant. Actually, it's really funny, James was the one who pointed it out, and he was like, Anum, like, I think you're pregnant. And I was like, no way. Like, I was so it obviously wasn't something we were trying for, but when we did find out, it wasn't like completely unwelcome, and obviously we're very happy and excited about it. Yeah, once we took the tests and everything was positive, even then it didn't feel quite real. I think it's really when you start to go to the doctor and you take like different ultrasounds and things like that, that's when it really starts to sink in, and it's like, whoa, there is something growing inside me. I don't really have a plan for this video. I've just really been dying to announce it and tell you guys, because when you're hiding something so big from the world, it's overwhelming, especially for me. I've always been kind of like an open, transparent person with you guys, with my friends, with everybody, and anything that's like going on in my life, it's not like I keep it like closed off. Of course, depends on what it is, but usually I'm pretty open. I'm a pretty open person, so keeping a secret this big for so long, it was a lot, and I kept it really hidden, mainly because obviously, if you guys have been following me on social media and my blog, I went to France for a couple of weeks, and that was really like kind of a pivotal, scary point for me. I was like, I'm not going to tell anybody really, besides my parents and like a few close friends. I didn't want to share the news with anybody before the trip, because anything can happen on the trip, and I was kind of paranoid, even though I've heard traveling is completely safe, but it's just like the back of your mind, and it was just close to like the end of my first trimester going on to my second trimester, so everything is still quite fragile, if you may. So I didn't really announce before going, and then we did the trip. It was so crazy, you know, being on IG stories and not being able to explain like why I couldn't do certain things, or, you know, we had actually a bit of a crazier itinerary planned for this trip, but we had to cut back because I was pregnant and we had to modify a few days to keep it a little bit easier on the both of us, and I don't regret it one bit. I think it was still an amazing trip, and we got to experience so much over the 2 weeks, but I just constantly had this fear and this scare inside me, and there were just so many times. I think the fear really lives in you because you can't really feel the baby. You obviously see the changes in your body. You know, you may have nausea, you may have morning sickness or sickness at any point, but besides all the symptoms that you go through during pregnancy and the changes that are happening, you can't feel the baby. The only times you can actually like see the baby is when you get an ultrasound, which if you have like a very safe, like normal pregnancy, which luckily I do. I don't have that many ultrasounds booked. I only had one that was like my dating one to determine the actual due date, and then another one happened right before our trip, and that was the one where I got to bring James and he was able to see the baby with me. We got a little photo. It was so exciting. And then now I don't really have one until closer to like when I'm 18 to 20 weeks. Right now I'm turning into 16 weeks, so it's just, you just don't have that connection yet. You are, like, again, as I mentioned, you feel the changes and you feel the changes, you see the changes in your body, but you don't feel the baby until later in the pregnancy. So for me, the biggest thing has been, I just constantly ask James, I'm just for reassurance, I'm like, do you think the baby is still there? If you have been pregnant before, comment below and let me know if you ever had fears like that or thought of things like that. I know it's the craziest thing to think about, but you don't know, and anything can happen. I've heard all kinds of stories from friends and family, and obviously been Googling a whole ton, so I've just been like reading and like just learning so many things that can take place. Not to be extra cautious, but just to be aware. One thing that I'm now planning to do is actually try and vlog as much as I can over the next few months, because I have about 6 months until my due date. So the baby, which we don't know the gender, we have like a few names that we've thought of, but like just that's about it. But the baby is actually due on January 15th, 2019, so that's the official due date. That's actually James's birthday. Now, how likely is it that it's actually going to be on the due date? Probably not that likely. It could be late, it can be early, who knows. But that is the official date, and that's the date that we've been going off for our week-over-week pregnancy. But I'm just so excited. I'm actually kind of sad that from the first week, or from the day I found out up until now, I didn't really vlog and I didn't share too much, because I think so many things happened throughout those weeks, whether it was some like crazy mood swing I was going through or something James and I were experiencing, and I just didn't get a chance to record it. And looking back, I kind of wish I had, and who knows, like I may even go up until like the delivery and labor video. So that's something to look forward to. I'd love to answer any questions you guys have, or if you need any tips. Maybe you're looking to get pregnant, or maybe you are pregnant and you just, you know, sometimes you just don't have that same support system, or you don't really know what's going on. For me, I've been Googling literally every single thing. I Google everything, probably a little too much, but I've just gotten to know a lot about my pregnancy, and it's helped me so much. It just keeps me like calm and satisfied. I'm really excited to also share how we're going to be changing up our condo, because I think chances are we'll likely be in this condo for the first few months of the baby being born. We just don't want too much change happening too fast. Like, already like welcoming something so big in our lives is obviously a big deal. We're super excited, as I mentioned before, but it's a lot of change happening really quickly. So we've kind of thought of ways to alter our condo a little bit, and I live in a 1+ den, so I'm not gonna have the luxury of a crazy beautiful nursery, but we never really ended up decorating our bedroom into some like any sort of theme. It's kind of like we just have our bed, our dresser, so it's pretty basic. So we're thinking like we're gonna turn the bedroom into like half nursery, half like obviously where we sleep, and we're gonna change up the living room a little bit and just like change up different areas in our condo to like add more storage and obviously toys and things like that for the baby. And then I'm sure as you guys see the vlogs, if you are interested, you'll probably see me get bigger and bigger and bigger. Right now I'm really lucky. I haven't gained too much weight. I think from like the last time I checked my weight before I was pregnant to now, I've probably gained just about 5 pounds, and even that's very like it varies. Like some days I'm one weight and then other days I'm a couple pounds heavier, and it just fluctuates so much. And I'm gonna do more videos on like, you know, my diet and like my food intake and cravings and things like that. I'm so excited to share all of that with you guys. It's crazy because in my heart and in my mind, like whenever I think of my career and stuff, I've always thought that like #1 for me was being a mom, and not to like a number of kids. Like I actually don't want too many kids. I probably want like just 1 or 2, but now that it's happening or like kind of happening, it's so surreal, and I'm really excited to start this new journey. And there you have it, guys. I already have so many ideas of videos that I want to do, including, as I mentioned, I want to, you know, talk to you guys about my cravings and like my food diet as of lately, you know, during pregnancy. I also want to cover things like you know, how I dealt with like morning sickness and nausea, and just one video that I've been thinking about really closely is like things that people don't tell you about pregnancy, which I think would be super fun, because once you're pregnant, holy, does your life and does your body change. It is insane. So that's something to look forward to. Again, James and I are gonna try to vlog as much as we can. Hopefully some like really raw, fun footage of like me like having a crazy breakdown or something. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this next chapter in our lives, and I'm happy that you guys are gonna be a part of it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah! Bye!